What is up, Seminole family? Or should I say Florida State family, Seminole Nation, and the 863 tribe? I figured, why not do a show today? I haven't done a conventional hangover in a hot minute. So I said, why not do one? Why not come out here, give the people what they want? So that's what we're going to do today. The ACC, the Pac-12, and the Big Ten had an announcement today. Quite frankly, I'm disappointed, but we'll talk about that. We got another week of fall practice in the books. We're moving into Notre Dame prep. So what should we be looking for there? We'll talk about some of that. Talk about some of these position groups. I got a major announcement I'm going to make. And you know how we do over here, man. I answer some questions. We push the topic forward. So we got all of that and so much more. We in here, baby. It's the Hangover. Your shit. These are on in the drum roll. Turn up, yeah! I never talk to them boys that sit on them benches. I never talk to them boys that sit on them benches. I was in the game on 4th inches. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy POLK, a.k.a. a.k.a. the goddamn truth. Man, I've been flipping over my words. And you over here on 863 Seminole TV. And what is this? This is episode 35 of The Hangover. And I haven't done a conventional hangover in a while. As a matter of fact, I feel naked. That's better. So much better. Haven't done a conventional hangover show in a while. Had some time today. I got time today. So why not do it? Why not jump in here and just kick it and chat it up a little bit? That's what I'm gonna do. That's what we here for. This episode, again, haven't had a conventional hangover, but this episode will be uploaded on Podbean and Spotify. So I know that podcast type vibe is sometimes it's a lot easier, right? To open up the Pod app or the Spotify app and just listen along. Because unless you pay for YouTube Premium, you got to keep the app open the entire time you're listening. So if you're driving, working out, whatever you want to do, and you want to listen to your boy, but that YouTube app is getting on your nerves, you can also follow this thing on Podbean and Spotify. Now, with that said, we're going to start this off with a major announcement, and then we'll get to the roll call. But I want to get the announcement out the way. Matter of fact, let me check that date. But that Friday, the Friday of game week or opening weekend. So the exact date of that would be, when is Labor Day? The 6th, right? Yeah. Okay. So the Saturday, no, excuse me, the Friday. So the first, no, damn, I'm looking at October, my bad. The 3rd of September. That Friday of game weekend or opening weekend, whatever you want to call it. I'm starting over here. I'm going to start at 9 in the morning, which would be about 3 p.m. Eastern time, 2 Central time, so on and so on. I'm going 8 hours strong, and it ain't going to be me for just those 8 hours. I got to list the names, and I want you guys to also tell me who you want me to bring on here. But as of right now, we've got Big Game James Coleman has agreed to show up and show out. Freddie Stevenson has agreed to show up and show out. The Hot Seat with your host Smoke has agreed to show up and show out. The Listen Up podcast has agreed to show up and show out. Norvell Central has agreed to show up and show out, and Tay No has agreed to show up and show out. Those are 6 different content creators, podcasters, YouTubers, however you want to label them. I'm going on 8 hours. They won't be on 8 hours with me, obviously. There'll probably be different time slots. I'm still going to work out how we arrange everything. I don't think everybody at the same time would kind of work. I would give everybody, though, their time. But I'm going 8 strong. And during that 8 strong, again, I'm bringing on different guys. Season preview, predictions. We're just going to kick it, talk Florida State, talk about whatever pops up in the 8 hours that I'm going. I'm going from, again, that's 9 in the morning here to, what would that be, 5 in the afternoon here. So for you guys, that'd be 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. I'm going strong. I'm doing 8 hours. 8 hours straight. And during that 8 hours, you get those different guys. Let me know who else you guys want me to try to get. I've reached out to some other people. Haven't gotten responses. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, I ain't scared to ask. The worst they can tell me is no. But anybody you guys want to recommend, let me know in the comments, and I'm not scared to reach out. But so far, that's who we've got so far that's going to jump on here. But they've told me they are down to do it. So unless anything changes between now and then, those are the guys who want to come on here and kick it with your boy. And while we talk about Florida State football. Now, let's get on the comments. Let's do a roll call, and let's get this show started. Till Dog in the building. Jen Fari. Tyler. Tonio. Great. John White. Island Boy. Brandon. Zoe. Dupree. Ardavius. Florida State Love. Philly. Golf. Priscilla. DF. No Blooded. Peter Shields. Anthony. Irv. Ray. Rose. Dan Squatch. DF always. DF, you drinking on? Ain't it? What's today? Tuesday. DF, you drinking on a Tuesday? This man talking crazy like he always do. He say turn tally pulling up Rose. We can reach out and see what he does. I haven't conversated with him in a while, but I mean, we can reach out and see if he's even still doing videos. I don't know if he's even still doing YouTube content, right? But if you guys want to see Turnt Tally, let me know. I can reach out. You know, if you want to see Turnt Tally on here, again, let me know. I can reach out. I did reach out to the Noel cast. They read my message, didn't respond. Not mad, but that just for like, if you see the type of people I'm reaching out to, I'm trying to get people that have been doing this, right? So I reached out. They read the message, decided to ignore it. All love, no problem there. I'm a little salty, but it's so good. It's gonna be okay. You know, it's gonna be okay. Montre in the building, Todd Pope, Cat Six, Kusami, Chris Robinson. Big No probably won't come on here. But I don't ever have a problem reaching out to anybody. And No Blood says Australia is on lockdown. Yeah, but I don't mean he can't get on his computer. Tyler says he's good on turn. Irv wants to bring in turn. So, I mean, well, you know, we can reach out if that's a possibility. Makes me no difference, again, about who you guys want to see, not who I want to Well, it is about who I want to bring on here as well, but you know. Also, matter of fact, I just thought about it. I got a new video for any super chats or any new 863 members, and I love this one, so I got to give it to you in honor of the great Jameis Winston, who just put on a show last night in preseason game. This is what we got. You donate or you join the tribe, you getting what might be my favorite GIF, video, whatever you want to call it. I just want to keep playing it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it one more time because I just love this video. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. Kusami says, bro, War Chant is so snobby. I was in their live stream last night with Love Taylor, and they literally ignored everything I asked. You got to super chat them for them to even acknowledge you. I mean, to their defense, and you won't see me defending, even though I have said it before. Other than Aslan, I actually like the guys on War Chant. I've been listening to War Chant for a long time. But they get over 100 some odd people in the chat. Sometimes you're not gonna read, everybody. I can understand it, but I can also understand why you feel the way you feel. Everybody isn't. Hey, everybody ain't POLK. Everybody ain't 863 Cinema TV, where I interact with damn near everybody that comes through here. Some people you got to pay for interaction. Me, paying is just extra and extra appreciated. And like I always say, it won't go unnoticed, I promise you. But ultimately, I pretty much read every comment that comes through the chat. Try to get Noel Game Day. Also ask Carlos. Okay, I can reach out to Noel Game Day, see if they'd be interested. There will not be, I promise you here, there will not be one Miami person on this. That is not that kind of live stream. I obviously do other live streams like that. That is going to be 8 hours of unadulterated, uncensored, unconquered talk. I promise you that. Yeah, DF be tripping. No Game Day and X's and O's are dope. Winston probably won that starting job last night. What up, Danny? CD gonna go crazy this year too. Saints got a squad this year. I like that wide receiver they got out of Tennessee, man. Callaway. I didn't, they don't need Michael Thomas. I like Callaway. So does this mean we get matchups like what we're gonna get in that? Let's get done with a little bit of comments, and we'll lead the show off with this alliance that frankly I think disappointed me very much so, but we'll kind of dig into that a little bit. That was fun watching Jameis. Let's go. Hey, DF, even though he talked foolishness, he always come through with the love. So you gonna get Some says, yeah, that makes sense. What's the date and time again? So the date is going to be, what did I say? September 3rd. That's the Friday. That basically we're going to kick off that weekend. Right. The Friday of Labor Day weekend. We play that Sunday. So we play the 5th. It was either between the Friday or the Saturday. I figured the Saturday might be a day everybody's kind of traveling. Plus, big games are on TV. I don't want to compete with Bama versus Miami and, Georgia and Clemson. So I said Friday. Friday's a lot better. Friday night, 8 hours on Friday, I'm going to be live. Throughout that 8-hour time period, we'll have on different guests, and I just named all those guys off. So if you look forward to hearing me and those guys interact, please tune in. And also, again, give me your thoughts on who you would like to bring on. If you have anybody else that creates or does YouTube podcast or any podcast that's Florida State related, let me know. Lorenzo Blackman. I heard Kansas receiver inconsistent, but coming along. What if you hear a lot of experts, we don't even belong in this game? Don't care what anybody has to say. By the way, thanks for the $5 golf or golf, wherever the hell you pronounce it. But I love you anyway. We're not gonna play the Jameis one. I don't want to burn it out too quick. So we're gonna go with old and fake.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank.
But again, as far as I care about what your question, don't care. As far as I'm concerned, keep sleeping on them. Again, all the negativity between David Hale, who covers the ACC, ranking almost every Florida State position group last, all that stuff, I could care less about a preseason ranking. I'm one of the people that don't even think preseason ranking. I don't think the team should be ranked until about game 3 or even game 5 during a season. I hate the preseason rank because everything's based off last year. I don't believe this team will be last year, and I don't care. Again, I just hope that the players kind of hear this stuff. Like, don't let it become a distraction necessarily, but take offense, have some pride, and take offense to what you're hearing out there and say, okay, I got something for you. We're gonna show the world something, right? Have some pride about the program, yourself, and what the product you're gonna put on the field. Dan says, I legitimately feel better about the wide receivers after hearing Burrell. Brandon Brazier, for some reason, I believe we're gonna shock the world. Keep the belief. Because I'm telling you right now, when I come on here Sunday night, post-game review, live, raw emotion after that game, and I'm telling everybody, I told you so. You want to be on that train. Don't be on the other train. And you know what? If I'm wrong, I eat crow and give my opinions on it. Anyway, you guys know how I do. I don't run from no smoke. So T2Y in the building was up. Parchment going up against better DBs now. I absolutely agree with that. What up, Phil? What up, D. Thompson? Somebody, hold on. Chat skipped on me. Seminole T2Ys and absolutely. Who you think wins UGA Clemson? I would say this: Georgia better win. That's all I'll say. Georgia better win. This I keep hearing. This is one of I feel like every year we've said this Georgia's time. Georgia better win. That's all I'll say. My name is Jeff. I spell it differently. That's all. But it's all right, my man. My name is Jeff. What up, Jeff? Appreciate another 5. You didn't even have to give me 5 to tell me that, man. I just would have. Just for that, man. Jerg say he got UGA. I say UGA better win. That's what I say. I'm telling y'all, bro. Turnt Tally don't win out of business. Always gave out false. That's between you and Turnt. Not here to down anything or anybody. People want to see him. Let me know. If not, again, I don't try to start nothing. We don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Feel like a new beginning. Fellas, everything is based off last season. There will be teams that were good last year that won't be this year. That's why I feel we're going to win at least 7. Have you heard anything else why the DB from UCF left the team? Haven't heard anything. It's some overrated teams. Jerg, I'm with you. Bama by 50. What's the story on the Destin Hill kid? Where is he? Is he coming? They're saying January. All right. So caught up on the comments. Let's get it. ACC, Big 10, Pac-12, in my opinion, basically create a buzz for absolutely nothing. From what I read, now anybody, y'all know how I am. This is not necessarily a dictatorship. If you have it, different information, by all means. But from what I read, there's no like contractual obligation. Like what I would have liked to see or hear was, we have contractually agreed to X amount of years that potentially worth X amount of dollars, and we have to schedule X amount of games. Like that's what I wanted to hear. Not, oh, we did a verbal agreement that we're gonna play each other. Like, okay, that's what I think we all kind of thought anyway. I don't understand why that had to. They had to. I don't understand why an announcement had to be made to say we've basically had a verbal agreement. We all just kind of sat down and said, "Yeah, we're going to do this." I mean, we'll see how they execute it. I feel like this was a little bit rushed, that they kind of just wanted to create some buzz to counter, obviously, the bombshell that has been dropped this summer with the Texas and OU thing. So I think it was okay. Let's make some buzz. Um, so recruiting doesn't get too affected by the fact that we're gonna let people know that there's still gonna be some big games out there that won't be involved with the SEC. So again, I don't know if it was very well executed. I think it was like kind of like let's put it out there and get the just get some headlines. But in my opinion, no real legit details were ever mapped out or nothing. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I think it's just a bunch of until you see how it's executed, how they kind of laid out the roadmap here. I don't know if you can really say or be excited about what's kind of going on here. Ray Fitty says get Mark Rogers. I can reach out to Mark. I mean, Mark, because me and Mark have talked before. I don't think Mark would have an issue. The problem I think Mark is actually doing, and I don't know if it's Friday. It's probably going to be Friday if I had to guess. But Mark is doing like 24 hours straight on his channel, so Mark might not be able to make it. Moore left the team, family issues. POLK, can Jordan Travis be comparable to Jalen Hurts? I would. I think that's actually a very solid comparison. Actually, now granted, Jalen Hurts is in the NFL. I don't know if Jordan Travis will ever be in the NFL. But we'll see. It's not like a ridiculous comparison. I'll say that. All it is beyond the current contracts with the SEC teams, these conferences going to freeze them out. If we can keep away from Kyle Hamilton and manage the front four, we can keep up with points on Notre Dame. I think realignment definitely needs to happen. We need to add some good teams, a conference like Notre Dame. If we don't, we need to get the heck out of the conference. Yeah, what's up? A Dangbe, what's up? But yeah, so that's kind of like the big thing that kind of popped off today. Again, I don't think you can take anything concrete from it, but again, it's going to be interesting to see kind of how it's executed, right? How it's executed. But you guys kind of talked about in chat, and I put out a community post on it, but Bam Moore is no longer on the team. A lot of details haven't quite been released on what's going on with him. He was a guy that I said would potentially get one of those starting spots, right? So I'm not going to come out here and tell you that the loss doesn't necessarily mean anything, but I'm also going to come out here and tell you that I don't think they're hurting in the secondary. And if you want to take the first few weeks of fall practice, for example, he wasn't really one of the corners that was being talked about. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. You were talking about a guy that's played a lot of college ball, a guy that at his time when he was healthy did have an NFL grade on him. How many guys in that secondary can you legit say has an NFL grade on them as of right now, right? You probably can't name another one. So I felt like, okay. So I won't say that I'm not disappointed, but I don't know if the team is disappointed. Brandon Moore, for everything I heard, wasn't playing better than Brownlee, Hunter, Dotson. So there's, Kevin Knowles even. I mean, hell, Shaheem Brown. Like, quite frankly, I don't think, and it's not a knock on him. While I might be disappointed about it, obviously, when you like kind of root for a kid and want him to succeed, while I might be disappointed, I don't think they may necessarily miss a beat. By the way, I told you guys about not this past weekend, but the other one that they got at the time, I think I counted 19 scholarship DBs. Somebody wasn't. I told you your favorite player might not play. Now, just so happened that I won't say he was my favorite player, but one of the guys I was rooting for won't be playing. So the numbers are there. If he wasn't able to beat out, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this is why he left. I'm just saying if he wasn't able to beat out some of the guys that we were hearing that he wasn't beating out, I don't know if the loss is that big a deal. To be quite honest with you, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on Brandon Moore? Let's see what your thoughts on Brandon Moore is. Kane Zay, what up, my guy? Get T2Y to join you. He's FSU's. T2Y will not be allowed to join. No offense, T2Y, but that will not be happening on that day. Even though you are Seminole T2Y, I might consider it. You think you can reach out to McFadden? Brian McFadden. Now you're trying to get me to get in there with the big dogs. I mean, again, I can shoot my shot. I can definitely shoot my shot. As a matter of fact, I mean, I'll find them on Instagram or Twitter. That's usually how I reach out to people and DM them. Some people actually block their DM, so I can't DM them. But if his DMs are open, I'm gonna slide in them. We'll see what happens. But you want me to get one of the big dogs out there? But hey, I'm not scared. Scared money don't ever make no money, right? So if you want to see Brian McFadden, you never know. You never know. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now. Well, actually, I won't because I gotta. But I promise Ray 50, I'll message him. I got no problem with it. Hey, DF, he will be in the Bama. Okay, they talking about y'all know how y'all get. Y'all start going back and forth with the Miami guys. Bam wasn't in the rotation anyway. Yeah, that's basically what I was kind of getting at, right? Even though I thought, whatever. It was pretty obvious if you listen to practice notes and stuff that Bam really wasn't in that rotation. So you're not wrong, Dupree. You're not wrong. See what else. Travis J and Brownlee are starting. I think so. I think think about Jerry Jones, which has been unfortunate for him. He's been banged up. He's been like the one DB that has been banged up. But I actually think, I think Jerry Jones is gonna have something to say. I've also said I probably wouldn't be kind of what I think is gonna be is I think it's gonna be Travis J. If Jerry Jones is healthy, I think Jerry Jones is opposite of Travis J. And I think they put Brownlee in the slot. But if those are your three best DBs, and Miko be the first one like off the bench, right? If those are your three best DBs, then those three best DB, as far as three best corners, then they need to be on the field, period, right? From everything I'm also hearing, I think Jamie Robinson might actually have made the permanent move back to safety. I think he does good things at nickel that they do like, but I think he is more well adapted to safety. So this secondary is starting to take shape. The big question and the great question is who plays besides Jamie back there at safety. I think that is actually a puzzle that needs to be solved. Like there's some names we could throw out there, but who kind of fits Jamie Robinson's skill set to play alongside him? Is it Ronaldo Green? Is it Brandon Gant? Is it the Arkansas kid who I've heard good things from? Can Shaheem Brown, a guy who, when we signed him, I told you guys I liked his athleticism. I just thought he was a project. I had good feelings about Shaheem Brown when we signed him. Not so much about Eubanks. So I kind of compared those two because I think there was like some of the two lowest guys we took. But I said I like Shaheem Brown a lot. He just may need a year or two. Plus, I thought they were going to try to make him a backer. But Shaheem Brown has been showing out. Could he potentially be? I don't think so. I don't think Shaheem, while I think he's playing good, I don't think he's going to beat out like a Brandon Gant or McClellan or a Sidney Williams or Ronaldo Green. But it's worth that second safety spot is going to be interesting. The thing about the alliance is that the TV side, all ACC teams are tied up by ESPN and this ridiculous contract for 15 more years. This freshman class has a lot of young, hungry players. They absolutely do. I would have never figured Travis J would be a corner. I definitely think we'll be better up front. I think we'll get some pressure on the quarterback. Only thing I'm worried about is linebacker. I'm definitely worried about that linebacker, Jeff. By the way, I read somewhere. Actually, it might have been somebody. I read somewhere that Notre Dame is going to start that game with a true freshman at left tackle. A true freshman is going to be lined up against Jermaine Johnson. Now, I don't know how good this freshman is. I haven't looked him up. He could be great. But I would say Jermaine Johnson should get the best of that matchup more times than not. Also, I'm not saying this because he's from my hometown, but Travis J is going to be shut down corner. You watch. They say the only knock on Jay that they've seen in camp, that he's a little handsy, might be he's a little too physical. It might be getting some pass interference calls. So he's got to clean that up. Cortez Andrews is going to make a contribution at linebacker this year. That is the guy who transferred from Maryland, but he's a walk-on if I'm not mistaken. But if he's any good, I guess so. As far as these linebacker goes, man, oh man. If Jarian Jones was healthy, I think he would have got the starting job. Polk, you got to drop a post-camp depth chart on Saturday night. We can definitely do that. But we still got some more. Well, really, actually, I think they're probably going to start, what's today, Tuesday? I think you might get 1 or 2 more days of normal kind of practice. So yeah, probably this Saturday would be a good day because I think after that they're going to start implementing some Notre Dame stuff into the practice. So you might have 1 or 2 more days of kind of just your normal what we've had the first couple weeks. But I think after that, I think probably they're usually off Sundays. So maybe Friday or Saturday they start their first kind of game planning thing. I like Jay at corner. What do you think about the emergence of Shaheem Brown? Do you think he gets meaningful snaps early? I think it's great for depth. I still don't know, again, at safety, if Shaheem Brown is really getting meaningful snaps, either it's really 1 or 2 things. Either he was vastly underrated coming out of high school and, you found a legit gem, or your safeties after Jamie are really not that cut out, right? So we'll see. Again, but I like what I'm hearing. I think he won't announce it until I don't think he'll announce it. I would not be shocked. As a matter of fact, I'm going to predict it. I think when they release their first official depth chart for that game, I think QB1 will have Mackenzie Milton or Jordan Travis at QB1. I do not think he's going to announce it. They did it a lot last year where you see at certain positions they have this guy or this guy, right? I think I'm going to say it here. I predict the first depth chart will have Mackenzie Milton or Jordan Travis. I do not think they will announce it. Dent is moving back to safety. I forgot about Akeem Dent. And I've heard I heard he's flourishing at safety. Is Akeem Dent the safety that plays next to Jamie Robinson? Could be so many DBs on this roster. I mean, and now we haven't even mentioned the Hunter Washingtons, the Omarion Coopers, the Demore Tates. So many guys out there. Yeah, I've been hearing Jamie getting a lot of reps at safety, and Jay is going to be at corner for sure. They say Dent is back at safety. I think we see Dent at free safety. Ronaldo Green back there. I think it's going to be Dent. What about Dent? So we getting Dent. Y'all think Dent? I thought a lot of y'all were telling me y'all were done with Akeem Dent. A lot of y'all have wrote Akeem Dent off. Don't worry. I remember. There's some receipts to cash on some of that. A lot of y'all were like, no, Dent's done. He's trash. He's no good. I was like, no, I can't give up on him yet. Can't give up on him yet. We'll see. I like how everybody loving Dent right now. And I love the Dent love. So there we go. Deloach looking better than Dix. I think Deloach is more versatile than Steven Dix because he can actually move side. He's more agile sideline to sideline. He's can cover in space. Where they're saying Dix is solid in the run game. He's getting better in the run game. He's still not even all the way there. But they say he's getting better in the run game. But they're saying he still can't cover worth a lick. So if hopefully if Emmett Rice is healthy, I think your starting backers are Emmett Rice and Amari Gaynor. If he's not, they might be better off going with Amari Gaynor and Deloach. Seems like the staff don't know what to. We've only been saying they don't know how to use Gaynor for the last year, so we'll see what they do. Jeff says we got to at least slow down the run and get a couple 3 and out. You definitely got to slow down the run. Like, look, this Wisconsin transfer guy doesn't bother me. I'm not worried about him. What if I'm Notre Dame? I'm gonna attack you the same way I attacked you last year. I'm just gonna run it right up at you. And if you can't stop it, then if I'm Notre Dame, why would I change anything offensively that I did last year? I'm gonna make you prove you can stop the run. Because I think the middle of that defense is where it's weakest anyway. Again, I love your 2 defensive tackles. I love the top 3 tackles we got. I hear Briggs has become a monster. Fabian Lovett been high on him this whole off season. Same thing with Coop. But again, let's pray to the almighty whoever you believe in that none of those guys get hurt. Because it drops off a cliff after those 3 guys. After those 3 guys, you're praying, again, to whoever, the almighty deity. You're praying that Joshua Farmer can actually contribute a consistent amount. That Jarrett Jackson can finally do something. The kid from Louisville was a DN and he's not a defensive tackle. That Malcolm Ray finally shows something, or that True Thompson. And going off of history, we have no evidence that any of those guys are going to do anything. The only one I would have optimism about is Farmer because he's actually a freshman, right? He hasn't been given the opportunity to show what he can do yet. Those other guys, I wouldn't be too optimistic about. So as long as those 2 guys can stay healthy, I think we're fine. And then behind them, again, linebackers are a huge question mark. So the middle of your defense is a very weak point or very questionable. We don't know really what we got right there. If I'm Notre Dame, I attack that part of the defense first and foremost. And that's T2Y said, man, hit that like button. I think you see Jay at the boundary, Brownlee at field, Robinson at nickel, strong safety Gant, and I'm pretty convinced Jamie's going to be a safety. But I wouldn't be mad at either. And quite frankly, I talked about it before. Kind of the way that nickel's going to be used is going to be kind of a free roaming safety anyway. So I get it. So Travis is moving the corner. Yes. Gant always fall down when he tries to tackle and make plays. Give it to me now, Pope. Who starts behind center? I already told y'all who starts. As long as he's healthy. Told y'all who starts. And I'm actually thrilled and excited to hear that Jordan Travis is making strides in the passing game. That's awesome. And that's even better for next year. Because I really, as much as I like AJ Duffy, I really don't want to have to start him first game next year. So I'm so happy Jordan Travis is making strides in the passing game. But my position hasn't changed. Hopefully we will get to see how young guys play in week 2. Definitely. Yeah, definitely the young guys will play in week 2. I think week 1, you're going to need all your starters for all 4 quarters. Hit the like button like Kane Zay say. Bro, the crate challenge. I hope none of y'all tried that. I'm actually surprised I haven't heard anybody's dead yet. I've seen a couple broken legs, but I'm surprised nobody's broken a neck or cracked their skull open. Man, people do anything to get on the internet. Um, I think it definitely matters who starts, but that's really my opinion, Dupree. Like you just can't say it don't matter who start. Both guys are gonna get snapped. Can you really show me a situation? Can you name me a one team that rotated QBs on a consistent basis and was able to win a lot of games, or even win? Let's just say seven. Let's say seven or six, right? 6, 7. 6 gets you the bowl. 7 guarantees you a winning season. Show me the team that's done that. And don't say Florida because Chris Leak was the primary starter. They brought Tebow on packages. They always do. Who would you say y'all starting wide receivers? Number 7. I think game 1 is going to be Parchment, Pookie, and Helton in the slot. I think those are going to be your 3 starters. I don't necessarily think the season ends that way. I think Brian Robinson is still fighting through some injuries from what I'm hearing. So I have a whole lot of hope for him, right? This time last year, y'all know me and these receivers, right? Warren Thompson was the dude. Brian Robinson's my dude now. Warren Thompson was a major disappointment to say the least. We won't go in on that. As far as Brian Robinson, he's just got to become available. I think he's by far a better receiver. He just got to become available. Got to get healthy. They definitely sold most of the idea that JT is pulling ahead. Just doesn't make much sense that KZ would sit out this much and in a major scrimmage. How you gonna say we don't have a Q? Oh, I'm talking not doing it. Never writing my boy Den off. That's my boy. Absolutely. They need to start Kevin Knowles in the slot. I don't think you need to rush Kevin Knowles out there to game 1 and start him. I get he's a dog. I get he's a good player. They got, I mean, Brownlee or Jamie are better options, or at least more senior options. Give some of these young kids time to grow. Knowles will get his shine on. He'll get his opportunities. No need for him to start. I heard Fuller say Saturday night they plan on putting Amari Gaynor at end at times. Yeah, which is fine. I'm not mad at that. I think most people would tell you that's how he needs to be used. The problem I have is, how is Gaynor ever going to really get any major? How's Gaynor ever going to learn a position? Is he a prototypical linebacker or the typical linebacker? Is he a Mike or a Will? Or is he a rush end? Is he an edge player or is he a linebacker? Like that's really my issue, right? With the way they're using him. How is he ever going to consistently learn a position? I always talk about this on this channel, so you know how I feel about specializing. In today's NFL, you have to specialize in something. Right? And the goal is for these kids to get to the NFL, so they have to show that ability. And that's just my opinion. That's not how I view the game. How can Gaynor ever get any consistency and learn a position and specialize in one unique ability when they're really going to rotate him from Mike to edge like that? Who else does that? Fuller's on hot seat game 1, people. I've been holding back punches on Fuller off season because I got a feeling that this defense might surprise. There's some talent on this defense that I'm high on. But Fuller is on the hot seat game 1. Again, you're either going to come in here that Sunday night and I'm going to be like, haha, told you so. Or I'm going to probably be steaming from the ears because of Adam Fuller. Could be wrong, but we'll see. When Milton transferred to FSU, he became the starter. Dent, Was always a safety, not a corner. He definitely had his best. Was it a sophomore or freshman year he played safety? And quite frankly, I think it was his freshman year. I think. Somebody tell me in the comments. Was it a sophomore or freshman year that Dent was a safety? I think it was his freshman. Anyway, whatever year that was, they played safety. He would have been Dent would have been thought of a lot higher because he actually played safety extremely well. The problem was he never could catch an interception, right? He was always around the ball, always could get his hands on the ball, could never catch one. If he catches 2 or 3 of those interceptions, the outlook and trajectory of Akeem Dent is a lot different, than didn't seem like you could make plays at safety, even though you played well. You couldn't make the plays that we need people to make plays, right? You couldn't do that. So they moved you back to corner and you struggled. Now they're going to move you back to safety. I think safety is his final, the final destination, his final home. Just catch some of them interception, brother, and you good to go. I hear it's good. I hear it's good. Again, it's not like I haven't done any like study on them, but I hear it's solid. We steady talking about they don't know what to do with Gainer, but maybe Gainer just sucks. If Gainer sucks so bad, Dupree, and you can have this opinion, but if he sucks so bad, why are they using him so versatilely? If he was so bad, if he wasn't good, why is he on the bench and why is Jaleel McRae getting those reps if he's so bad? Like, that logic doesn't make sense. Obviously, he is a talented player because they want to use him in a vast different amount of ways. If he just was garbage, he wouldn't be on the field. They just have a unique skill set with him, and they don't know how to capitalize on it. What I really think is they see a need at backer that they think he can fill, but they know where his real specialized skill set is, so they want to try to do both. I just don't think that sets up well for the individual player. Maybe it does, and maybe he can show that versatility on the field. I just can't recall ever seeing a guy play middle / Mike and edge. Maybe weak side, maybe an outside linebacker can kind of move down and rush the passer every now and then. And maybe that he will be the will. I don't know. But I don't think they know either, which is the issue. But I think the word sucks is I think where you're trying to go with it, I think is vehemently false. How many of these national championships y'all had? Okay. There y'all go, man. Y'all just go back and forth. Y'all don't get tired of going back and forth. Tell them, Terrence. Man, we got 58 people in here. 58 people. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. But why do I only have 32 likes with 59 people? What's 59 times 2? Whatever that number is, that's how many eyeballs I got on me, unless some of y'all missing eyes. I should have more likes. I should have a like for each eyeball. So let's get these likes up, people. Bro, I've been waving the Briggs flag. You have. You definitely have. And I'm kind of behind in the chat, so bear with me. Might skip a little bit. I just want to, you know me, I like to interact with everybody. Fuller's a defensive genius. You don't even believe that crap you just typed. You see Farmer right after Briggs. That's the problem, Dan Squatch. I don't know. You tell me, what do you see right after Briggs? We know the 3 deep, right? We know Coop, Lovett, Briggs. Is it Farmer? I think if it's true freshman Joshua Farmer, again, I'm gonna say the same thing I said about Shaheem Brown. Is it Farmer? What's the probability? And I'm not really a big like analytic guy, but what is the probability percentage-wise that Shaheem Brown's an absolute gem and that you found 2 3-star gems? What is the problem? Like, it's probably not a high probability. So does that say more about Farmer, who I have no doubt, I know how hard he works. I know he has a dog lunch pail mentality. But or does it say about the guys that have already been on this roster? What does it say about Malcolm Ray? You know, what does it say about some of these guys that have been here and should be a lot further than they are? If Joshua Farmer is the guy right behind Dennis Briggs, if he makes that 4-man rotation. What up, Les? Good coaching could go a long way, and we have the talent on paper. Better coaching. I don't disagree. Todd, to me, the counter game is your D tackles getting pushed their gap and your linebackers staying home. There you go. Chuba, hold on. Chat jumped on me again. That's because I'm a little behind. So I'm gonna catch up on the chat. Hold on, let me catch up on the chat. Damn, yeah, I'm really far behind. I gotta address this one. I hope we don't see Chuba. Chuba needs a whole lot of development. Just a whole lot. Chuba hasn't been around this team since since Duke of last year. Chuba hasn't been around this team. Didn't participate in spring and wasn't here all summer, so he wasn't in the weight program. Chuba hasn't been here. So no, I'm glad he's getting like practice snaps. He needs all of that, but he don't need to play on a football field. Mr. Wolf, what's going on with you? I like that, Dan Squatch. Absolutely. I agree with you. I'm just trying to scroll and catch up, guys. So if I miss your comment, man, my bad. But I'm falling behind in the chat. So let's get up with it. Okay. And we'll start off from Aaron Collier. This might be my first time seeing you in here, my man. So by all means, if you're not, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. And welcome. But he says he literally led the team in tackles with limited playing time. Yep, talked about that. Darius Leonard played end and backer in college. Okay. Dontavius Jackson led the team in tackles a few years ago and was trash. Yeah, but Djax and Gainer aren't even comparable if you watch the two play. Not even comparable. And yeah, like Corey said, his playtime wasn't limited like Gainer's. Very good point. Djax played every snap at a necessity. Again, go back to last year. Gainer only played, and it's a ridiculous number. And again, the exact number always slips me, but I believe it's like 30 some odd % of the defensive snap is only the amount of snaps Gainer participated in. Think about that. Of an entire season, that means 70% of the time on the field, 70% of the time that FSU was on the side on the field on defense, Gainer wasn't in the game, or 60+%, right? Whatever that 30 number is. But think about that. And yet he still led your team in tackles. So again, the word sucks and Amari Gainer just don't resonate. Shouldn't be in the same sentence. No. I wasn't gonna address y'all. Y'all the only ones giving up 1,000 yards a game. As bad as Fuller was, y'all the ones giving up 1,000 yards a game. And that's factual, right? That's facts. Chuba will be legit for us. Yeah, maybe a couple years down the road if he can beat out AJ Duffy. We'll see. Fuller got to improve, but honestly, so do Norvell. Got to adjust in second halves on the play calling. Last year, teams adjusted. I agree. We definitely didn't come out in second halves and can move the ball the same. I mean, so something funny. Recently, I actually went back, got bored, right? And I actually do this a lot. I think that's one of the ways as a content creator you improve is you go back and watch your old stuff. And no matter how cringe it may be, right, you go back, you watch it, and you improve on it. And so I literally went back. It was actually like the other night, like last night. Because I pulled a 24-hour duty last night. So I was up. And I actually went back and I watched almost every video I did last season. Boy, I tell you, I was going through it on those post-game videos. Right? I was going through it, especially that pit one. That pit one, I was pissed off. I only did like an hour where I would usually do like 2 or 3. I went back and watched these videos, man. And I talked about it. I said FSU last year, they were really good at that opening drive. The plays that you can tell, the scripted plays that you could tell they ran all week in practice, they could execute them flawlessly. It was everything after that offense struggled on. But I hate to say it. I also think that was because they had a limited quarterback, or at least a guy that I don't know if they. Well, I know for a fact they weren't 100% bought into him. Talked about that in those videos I did last year during the season. How Travis saved Norvell's ass because he believed in Rodemaker over him. Like, Travis bailed him out. I stand by all of that. But I also think how much could I don't know how much they trusted to put on Travis's plate as far as adjustment wise, So, but you're right. Norvell got a lot of questions have to be answered across the entire staff. You're absolutely right. Depends on what they're set in. I think you're going to see a front with Cooper or Thompson. At any other spot at D tackle, it's Farmer right after Briggs. But I think Kier will flex into the rotation too, especially with the addition of Cushney. And I keep hearing great things about Quayshawn Fuller, so we'll see. But I keep hearing Quayshawn's actually been great. Again, remains to be seen. I wouldn't put money on it necessarily, but I'm excited to see it. So yeah, there's that. But if we can get some depth at defensive end, right? If we don't have to rely on Keir Thomas and Johnson, and we can get something out of a Cushney and a McClendon and a Quayshawn and even Patrick Payton, if we can get something out of those guys, then you're absolutely right. Then that allows Keir Thomas to flex inside, and now I'm more comfortable with the defensive tackle depth. But as the way it stands right now, everything's a question mark after the top 3. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where you're coming with the Gainer hate, and maybe it's not hate, right? Maybe it's your valid opinion. I don't like when people classify every opinion as hate. So I won't say it's hate. I apologize. And maybe that's really just maybe that's just your take. That's your opinion, right? I just don't see how you can say a guy was only on the field for 30% or 30 some odd percent, yet led the team in statistics. Obviously, there's something there. You know what I mean? So if he played if he was, obviously you're not going to play 100% of the snaps. But if that 30% was more along the lines of, I don't know, 60% of the snaps. So let's just double his amount of time on the field. You double those stats, like, you know what I mean? Like that underwhelming. If you want to say he's been underwhelming, that's fine, but also acknowledge that he's been used in an underwhelming fashion. Like, you can't just ignore the amount of playing time he's got and say, well, he sucks. But he's producing more in that time span than any other player on the field. So how does he suck? Why don't they try and use Gainer at star? I don't know if he can cover. Or at least, not that he can cover, but Gainer don't need to be lined up against a slot receiver. If you want to use Gainer against against a tight end, I can see how Gainer could match up with that. Could you imagine Gainer on Tutu Atwell last year? Hell, it looks like that was what they were doing. So I don't know. I don't know if Star fits Amari. Honestly, I think just edge fits him. But I'm interested to see what he can do at linebacker. I actually thought in the spring game, I said it, he was the best linebacker in terms of knowing what he was doing, filling the right gap, reaction time. His problem is he got to the gap and squared up, stopped moving his feet, and got ran over by DJ, right? That's stuff that, again, I go back to, how can he learn the position if he's constantly moving it? That's a rookie mistake, right? Just to stand, then you never just stand there and wait for the guy that you tackle. You tackle through your guy. You don't That's what he did. Go back and watch that play. He just stood there and got trucked, where he should have drove through his tackle. Again, but that just comes with you when you changing the mindset from edge rush to linebacker. It's different. How can he learn if they're constantly moving him? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Again, I'm just a guy on YouTube that talks about something I'm passionate about, but that doesn't mean I know anything about it. I meant Chubb in 2022. He isn't or shouldn't be on the field in 21 unless we have injuries. And if we have those, yeah. But no, you're right. Maybe 2022. I still think next year the job is Travis's until Duffy's ready. But if Chuba can beat out Duffy, I'm even happy about that. I just want competition in that room and talent. I can see Douglas. I think Douglas is going to get a lot of burn in the slot. I think Douglas is probably your guy behind Helton. Wren, we'll see. I know we keep talking about Corey Wren. That's one of those guys. I'll believe it when I see it. Maybe he should have. I have addressed this thing again. I think the Jeff Sims thing was so overrated, and the only reason this is to me even a topic is because he beat Florida State because of piss poor quarterback play that game and a piss poor defensive effort that game. Even though that team only was able to hold, even though we picked off Jeff Sims twice, people forget how bad Jeff Sims played that game because he did make throws under pressure that our veteran quarterback James Blackman wasn't able to do. He was poised under pressure and didn't make plays with that count, and you can never take that away from Jeff Sims, and that's a credit to him. But he played piss poor that game. With that said, the reason I defended Norvell on that situation is because every coach does it. Every coach does that. Especially offensive coaches have their guys. Miami, don't like to talk about those. Our real little brothers, but they just saw the same situation in the situation where N'Kosi Perry and De'Aaron King, where most Miami guys will tell you N'Kosi Perry was the better quarterback, thrower, blase. But De'Aaron King fits what Rhett Lashley wants to do. It's not uncommon. As a matter of fact, it's extremely common that new coaching staff, Norvell didn't recruit Jeff Sims. And if you actually go listen to Jeff Sims actually did an interview. I don't know if anybody heard this. He actually did an interview on the situation where he says Norvell didn't tell him he couldn't come or didn't pull his scholarship or anything like that. He just explained to him, this is Jeff Sims' words again, not mine. He just explained that, look, I got two guys that I've been recruiting who fit my offense. I don't know if you fit my offense. You're a take. I'll take you. But you might have to work harder. I don't know. And I don't blame Jeff Sims for looking at that situation and saying, you know what? And I might not have even quoted Jeff Sims verbatim right there. I would tell you guys to go listen to exactly what he said. So don't take my exact quote as what was said, but that's kind of what I remember off the top of my head. So I don't blame Jeff Sims for saying, you know what? I'm not his first or second option. Yeah, he'll still take me, but what is it that, let me go find a place where I can come in and kind of be the guy. I don't blame Jeff Sims for that, but also don't blame Norvell for for doing what he did, because that's typical. And that little diatribe got me behind the comments again. Recommend from earlier, if the first defensive snap Fuller has Jermaine Johnson, probably break my TV. Why would Jermaine Johnson be dropping back in coverage when he's working against the true freshman left tackle? Don't get me started on Jeff Sims. I've been on POLK about Jeff Sims for a minute. Well, I'll just explain that to you. Mackenzie Milton, which I believe will be closed, what he wants was before he got injured. And if he is no, we can convince. Let me slow down when I'm trying to read this. Mackenzie Milton, which I believe will be close. He's trying close to what he was as before he got injured. There we go. If he is, no one can convince me he's not better than half of the teams he's playing against. There you go. Sometimes, and I'm not a grammar Nazi, but sometimes I gotta mentally add in commas and stuff, so I just don't run on. As you can see, I had to slow down. I agree with you, Jeff. UNC running backs just scored. They probably did. Man said 1,000 yards, like they didn't give up literally damn near 1,000 yards. That's why the staff wants to use Gainer at edge and linebacker to keep him on the field. Players having a more complete grasp of the scheme will help the. I hope so, but I do agree. That's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit more confident. I'm saying like, okay, not only do we got players who know more, they're supposed to be more bought in. So we'll see. Is Derek Brooks' son still on the team? Yeah, DeKalen is still on the team. Hold on, chat jumped on me. I think if he's focused, I like him over Duffy, but I could be wrong. It's a hot take, but we'll see. I don't trust Fuller yet. I don't think anybody trusts Fuller yet. If y'all have a losing season, how much of the fan base will turn on Mike? I would argue it's 50-50 already. I think Mike did a little bit to alleviate stuff with the way he's been recruiting, but people will turn because the defense adjusted to Travis and he wasn't a threat in the passing game. LOL, either Fuller coach or player. Clemson and Miami. Miami, okay. The game is bigger than statistics, bro. No, I completely agree with you. The game is bigger than statistics. I also watch Gainer. Go back and watch Gainer against Notre Dame. He was the lone player out there running to the ball, making plays, forcing fumble. Like, if you want to go statistics or you want to go game film, I can do this with you, Dupree. Like, I'm not a person that looks at statistics and just says this guy's good, this guy's bad. Believe me, if you've been here longer than a day, you already know how I rock. So I can break down the film with you and show you what Gainer does well and what he doesn't do well. Just glad we won't see Durden doing spig moves. Oh man, Gainer is our best bet for handling Michael Mayer. Gainer needs to back up Jermaine Johnson. I could see that. And reason he only led the team in tackles because Hamza was hurt all. Regardless of who was hurt, he still led the team in tackles. Bruh, that's like saying, the only reason the wide receivers was bad because Tamorion Terry was trash. Okay. Like, that's not, come on. Trevor Purdy, I haven't seen enough of him. But what little I did see of him, he has potential. Could erase that potential and be the man. How do y'all match up with? Okay, yeah. Y'all talk about that. Jeff Sims ain't that guy. Taggart is not a good talent evaluator. He absolutely should have took 2 back to the crib. And Emmett Rice had a pick 6 that he dropped. That's what I'm saying. Jeff Sims did not play well that game. He kind of gave us the game. We just couldn't capitalize on it. Again, I'm not going to get on the Jeff Sims thing. The legend just built off of one game, if we're being honest. Let the past be the past. Jeff Sims moved on, and he got 2. And we got 2 badasses at QB coming in. Detroit say Florida don't spend as much in recruiting as FSU even. That should tell you. Florida don't spend as much in recruiting. FSU even. Are you saying Florida doesn't spend what, like as much time recruiting as? I'm not sure what you mean, Destroy. What you mean? Value. Elaborate. Sorry. And Dupree says not the same. Well, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same. You're saying the only reason he led the team was because Hamza was hurt. And I'm saying the only reason The receivers was bad because Terry was bad. It's really the same. Or if I just take Tamarion Terry out the equation, because that's essentially what you did. We took Hampson out the equation. Well, the only reason Gaynor did this is because this guy wasn't here. Okay, fine. And the only reason this unit was the way it was because that best player or that player in that leading statistic category wasn't there. I simply just did what you did, right? The only reason why the offensive line was bad because Love Taylor was hurt last year. By the end of that, like you can go into you want to get into all this other stuff and just not say this guy did this, right? Travis Hunter proved. Oh, he absolutely did. We watched that game, by the way, kind of live Saturday. We watched that game, but hold on a second. But I mean, ultimately, like I think the secondary, I'm excited to see. I love the move with Jay. I like moving Akeem Dent back. I think the secondary is starting to take shape. Linebacker is still a huge question mark. I think we pretty much know what we got on the D line as far as the starting four goes. The who backs up who will be the question there. How much do we see as some of the younger guys? Blase. Offensively, we haven't really talked much about the offense. Again, I think you're starting receivers to start the game. It doesn't mean they'll get the most snaps, but I think your starting receivers start the game because they're veterans. They should know what to do. It's going to be Parchment, Helton, and Pookie. However, expect to see plenty of McLean. Expect to see them try to get him in plenty of mismatches. Dude, I would not be shocked. But Burrell is an interesting prospect to me, man. I don't know. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. Okay. But Burrell is a very interesting prospect where I think if you can get him, like I don't know if he's gonna win any one-on-one matchups on the outside. I don't know if he's got that type of speed. If I'm lagging or anything, let me know. The connection for whatever reason seems to be crapping out on me. I got a low bar, but it looks like I'm good. It looks like I'm good. Okay, we're getting our bars back. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. I need to get a landline in here, but that's something for another day. Anyway, Burrell is a guy who I think can really make some mismatches, like in the slot. He's not your typical shifty slot guy that I know people are thinking about. But man, I'm so intrigued by what they could do with Burrell, his body size. And again, I don't know if he's big enough to win the one-on-one matches on the outside. Right? I don't think he can run by anybody. But he's so big and physical. Maybe just getting that separation. I would love to watch. I haven't watched Burrell like run routes. Burrell's one of those guys where I always say, like, in college I say, when you have a special talent, to hell with the route tree. But Burrell, if he can be, he's not a supreme athlete in terms of speed. But if that dude if he can run the whole tree with his size and get separation, that man could be dangerous. Burrell is a real wild card for me. I don't know. Like, if you made me put money on it, if you made me bet my house on it, I would say you're not really going to get much from Burrell this year. They'll put him in there, but I don't know if he's really going to contribute, right? If you made me bet on it. But I also wouldn't be shocked if they just found a niche for him and was able to kind of exploit it because he's unique. He's very unique. Dix Lundy is a hell of a run stop, even if they can't cover. Yeah, they are, but again, you're talking about 90. Those are 90. Dix I have more faith in, but Lundy, you're talking about a guy that's a linebacker from the 90s. They don't play that way anymore. Yeah, I'm good. Poke froze. I was froze. Think I'm good now, Island Boy. Whoa! $50. Jeff, I'm going to make a video, a little thingy just for you. It says, my name is Jeff. I'm gonna make that just for you. I got to, because you keep doing this for me, man. Man, shout out to Jeff. He is you know what? I don't even, Jeff, this is, I should have been done this. Jeff gets his wrench. I'm just now, he's a moderator, making Jeff a mod. He's getting his wrench, so he's gonna be slapping Miami fans with the wrench left and right. And just for the $50, man, he gonna get you're getting everything. And we're gonna start off with Jameis and end with Jameis.
Clickety clank, clickety clank. The money goes into my piggy bank. Yeah, more money. Yeah, more money. Yeah.
And the coup de grace. Oh, got a little excited. Shout out to Jeff, man. Seriously, Jeff. You have no idea. More guys like you, let me tell you, this channel is going to take off. I'm so excited for this upcoming year. I think we're going to reach a new level, man. I think we're going to reach some new heights out there. And one thing I can say is you guys are the reason I just started doing this as a way to just talk about football. I didn't have any plans. I didn't go in this with the intentions of really making anything of it. And you guys are the reasons why we're where we are. And we're nowhere special, but I've been happy. I'm proud of what I've kind of built here from the ground up, and I'm doing it my way, right? And it's because of guys like Jeff and other guys like you, man. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate getting stuff like that. Like, man, I'm telling you, when it's ready, you guys, thank you. Anyway, who catches more balls, Burrell or McClain? I would. That's so tough, right? Obviously, I think the obvious choice is McClain, right? McClain's probably actually the most talented receiver on the roster, like as far as his ceiling goes. It wouldn't shock me though if they found a niche for Burrell, it wouldn't shock me as just like a move the chains kind of receiver, like a dependable, like, you know, 3rd and 8, you need a first. Burrell can run to the chains, just his body can box guys, like, you know, like just wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Meanwhile, War Champ is hyping Lundy up. Again, you believe what you want to believe. I'll believe in Lundy. You can, bro. I don't care what those I don't care what those notes from practice say. Granted, I'm not there to watch it, but I know a little bit about football, man. I know a little bit about football. I'll believe in Lundy when I see it on a D1 football field live game under the lights. Bottom line is that we need to see it as it was. We cannot judge Norvell based on last season with everything that went on and jumping on conclusions of what might happen this year. Give it a chance. I'm giving it a chance. I'm optimistic, bro. I'm ready. I'm optimistic. I think Burrell would be more dangerous at tight end. A lot of people do see him as a tight end type. I don't know if he's big enough like to block consistently at tight end. That's why I kind of like my idea of how they can use him. Mind King says McClain. Burrell, your only perimeter blocker that's willing and able. That too, but I've already talked about. Look, I get the intrinsic details, but I don't care about blocking. Not when these receivers haven't shown me they can catch the damn ball. I know, like I'm not ignorant. I know, but Randy Moss never blocked a day in his life. Granted, we don't have anybody that's Randy Moss, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't care about blocking, man. Show me you can catch the ball first. But I actually agree with what you were saying. If you want to open up that running game the way it needs to be, yeah, Burrell's definitely going to be used in the blocking game. Especially when you talk about him blocking a DB. Yeah, he can manhandle that all day. We want Skinner at receiver. Yeah, we do. He's a big boy too. Burrell 6'3", 2 something. Yeah. P2Y says, who would you like to see FSU match up against in the Pac-12? Bro, I would love to see him play. Really, obviously, the big team. I would love FSU, UC, USC. Hell, I would love to get revenge on Oregon. All of those games, man. It'd be unique to see all of those games. And obviously in the Big Ten, I want to see Florida State. I've seen Florida State, Michigan enough, but a Florida State, Ohio State game, I don't know. When's the last time that game happened? I know we've played them before, but when was the last time that? Like, I would love to see that. I've seen Florida State beat up on Wisconsin enough. Seeing Florida State and Nebraska again would be dope, even though Nebraska's not any good. And we'll be back before Nebraska. You can book that. But I just for, nostalgia, right? It'd be cool to see that game. I doubt Burrell's long speed, but he does change direction well and is fairly explosive out of his breaks. And he has physicality to finish blocks on the outside. I thank you. That's very nice of you. No, thank you, man. Thank you. Now I've got the lag. Yeah, I was lagging. Am I good? Should be good. I don't get a chance to really see you live that often. How to get on here as much as I can, but I appreciate you. No, Jeff. I appreciate you. Till Dog, my man Wayne, coming in with the $5. It's also one of the. I think Wayne, you a tribal chief, ain't you? I think he is. Let me see. I'm pretty sure Wayne is a tribe member. Regardless, shout out to my man, Wayne Till Dog. Who you want, Wayne? Let's do P. We ain't done enough of P-Dub. I'm disrespecting the GOAT. More P.
Yeah, more money. Yeah, more money. Yeah.
Hey, and we got a new member that I just seen, Antonio King. A new member of the 863 tribe. My man. Who you want, Antonio? You want Jameis or you want P-Dub? Let me know. He says, I'm unsubscribing from War Chant to support the home. Hey, you ain't got to do that. But I appreciate it. I absolutely do. You let me know who you want. You want Jameis or you want P-Dub? The first game of the season is coming. We'll see everything we think we want to see and everything. Jameis, he want Jameis. Which Jameis you want? I want to see that Saints again. First game of the season. What's up, Serve? First game of the season is coming. We will see everything we think we want to see and everything we don't want to see. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. FSU. We've played Penn State before when Joe Pa was there. I think it was in the Orange Bowl. It was a while back, though. But I know we played Penn State before. Again, all of those games, man. Brown from Lake City. Yeah, he is. I would like to see them play USC, UCLA. Again, obviously, like all of those games, you would love to see. Hope Corey Wren is a difference maker. Again, that Corey Wren is one of those things. I'll believe it when I see it. 98 Sugar Bowl, Florida State, Ohio State, FSU. Yeah, so that's the last time we played them, right? So I would love to play them again. I would love to play them again. You got to remind me how to become a part of the tribe. Island Boys. Somebody help Island Boy out for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's as easy as going to my page, going to the YouTube channel homepage, and you're going to see a link that just says, as a matter of fact, if you're watching this video on your phone, you don't see the join button. But if you're watching this video on your computer, you look right under the video. It says join. You just click that button and you become, and try to become a member. I actually don't know how to do it from your phone. I don't know if you can do it from your phone, but I know how to do it from the computer. So somebody help him out if you can. Just put Lundy at fullback. Jit almost cost us that. He should have. Bro, again, I went back and watched them videos. that I did. Lundy bailed on the play. For whatever reason, what was this? What was it? It was like a 3rd and long or a 4th and it was a 4th down, I believe, actually. Sam Howell would have had to run for the 1st down. And Lundy bailed on his assignment. And if the guy didn't drop the ball, it would have been a 1st down, and North Carolina could have continued the drive to win the game. So, yeah. Yep. Leave Lundy in the locker room. We played Palestine Orange Bowl. We also played them in Outback Bowl, or it was known back then as the Blockbuster. Who here really remembers Blockbuster? I do. And we had Hollywood Video in Florida. Hit that like button, please. How many likes we got? We've consistently had over 50 people in here. I should be over and only 40 likes. I'm gonna need the last 13 of y'all. Just hit. You ain't even gotta. You don't have to like me. Again, I get people comment and tell me that they watch me, but they don't subscribe to me because I don't give them a reason to subscribe. Okay, fine. Just hit the like button. I actually like it if you just do something so the algorithm can pick me up. We want to grow this channel to the level we think it can be. We want to let's rival War Channel. Let's get up. You got to hit the like button and you got to share it. You got to hit the like button. You have it to excuse me. I use voice text because I don't see very well to type my phone. It's all good. I just have to slow down when I read sometimes. Go like you are going to comment for your phone. There you go. You can join from the phone. That's what I did. Bro, Blockbuster. Yeah, Netflix killed Blockbuster. But Blockbuster, honestly, off topic, obviously, but going to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video and renting the game is like some of my greatest childhood memories. Looking for a game to rent while my mom was looking for a movie to rent. Good times, man. Like these kids today will never know. Never know what it was like going to Blockbuster and trying to rent a video game. Pharrell, what's up? It's really what we need, to be honest. As a conference, is what we need. The problem is, again, they didn't really answer any questions today with this announcement. They didn't answer any questions. By the way, I might freeze again because my connection keeps becoming unstable. So if I freeze again, bear with me. But we've gone on an hour and 30 minutes. You know me, I don't usually like to keep my hangovers too long, but I'm having a good time tonight, so we'll keep it up. I'm actually having a good time tonight. I'm late, but I will rewatch. Do you think FSU UF game? I don't think so. I think they announced that this alliance won't interfere with any like rivalry games that are already in existence. But I don't think it'll interfere. Redbox killed Blockbuster. Yeah, I think Redbox and Netflix. I remember how Netflix started. That's why I say Netflix killed Blockbuster. Netflix didn't used to be a streaming service, right? They would mail you the DVDs. That's how Netflix started. Or was it Red? No, I think Netflix started I know Redbox does the things outside of like gas stations and stuff now, but if I'm not mistaken, it was Netflix who started the whole mailing of the DVDs and stuff. And Blockbuster tried to copy it, but it just, they couldn't catch on and they put them out of business. I think he has been working on both, Ardavius. Pretty sure he has been working on both. I heard they're going to do some changes to Doak for the Notre Dame game. Not sure if that's true or not. I wonder what kind of changes. Interesting. Well, Fire Stick has killed cable, period, right? The streaming boxes and all that is kind of killing cable. I did not know that. You can still order DVDs from Netflix? I did not know that. But I do remember that's how it started off. don't you wish you could have go back then and obviously I was a kid, but buy some Netflix stock? Yeah, I agree. If they are doing something different at Doke or changing up something or something like that, yeah, it has to. That's another reason that I'm very anxious and excited for Game One. I gotta believe whatever pregame thing they have planned for Coach Bowden is gonna be beautiful to watch. Going to be great to see. Like that whole, I think the whole atmosphere, the whole electricity Game One is going to be dope. Let's just hope we don't swag surf before the game. Let's just hope that. Yep, absolutely remember GameFly. I hate watching commercials. I want to watch something on Netflix, then watch something on cable. Comcast killed cable with the high prices. Stop the run. That's all he has to do, man. Stop the run. I won't say that's all he has to do, but that's rule that should be priority number one. Because if I'm Notre Dame, why do I need to test the edges if I can run? Travis J could be the next one out of the DB. Travis J could be. We went on a little thing there where we had Ronald Darby and Joyner and Ram. He could be the next one in line at DBU, right? But we won't know it if Notre Dame can just run the ball down our throat the entire game. Why would you? Don't need to test Travis J. Don't need to test Jerry and Jones or Jarvis Brownlee. If we could just exploit linebackers and run up the middle all day. So rule number one has to be controlling the run game. Force the real game plan, in my opinion, and I could be dead wrong. And I could just be vastly underrating this quarterback. But my number one game plan would be make this quarterback beat me. Make this Wisconsin transfer beat me. Period. Because I haven't seen anything from him that I'm worried about. Make him beat me. And if he can beat me, then fine. But what I don't need is running for 250 yards on me. Now he don't have to beat me. Now it's easy. Make it hard. Make him beat me. Be in his face all night. Make him make tough decisions and tough throws. I got Uncle Lou, so I can't watch. You got Uncle Lou. I guess you'll be watching Uncle Lou, I guess. Okay. Swag surf is not happening with Norvell. Peter Shields. That crap left with the other guy. Listen, I'm not asking for a miracle. Hold him under 3. In today's game, first of all, holding him under 300 yards would be amazing. Can we hold him under 350? Can we hold him under 350? Like in today's game, 300 yards is about average for a football game. Like you hold a team to 300 yards, and that's actually a good defensive performance, believe it or not. Unless you just talk about 300 yards on the ground. Then I'm with you, right? 300 yards would be amazing, but can we hold him to, 350 yards, 370 yards? I'd be excited with that. Despite what last year, he was giving up damn near 400 some odd yards a game and over 40 points. Get some stops, third down, you can bend, but don't break. It was not funny. You're right. Make him throw the ball. Yeah, I did see that that guy that is famous for dancing on the sideline is in the portal. It's the reason why he transferred from Wisconsin. I mean, all these kids transfer for a reason, right? But you're right. Like, there's a reason why he, transferred from Wisconsin. And again, I talked about this on, I think, last Saturday. Notre Dame, word is they're not exactly thrilled with the O-line play to this point. Again, that doesn't mean it's bad. Obviously, they're used to a certain level of competence there. When you get all those guys drafted, I think they had 4 guys drafted or something like that. So obviously they have a certain level of expectation, and they have a higher standard on their offensive line, and they're not happy with what they're seeing. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just worth noting, and it's worth noting that Jermaine Johnson's going to be going up against a true freshman at left tackle. All that stuff, and I've heard Kane Madden hasn't really been. He's been struggling there. So, all that to say, man, again, that's why I'm so optimistic. This game sets up. If you want people to take Florida State serious and get your balls back and stop all the blatant disrespect that, hell, 6 years ago no one would dare say. In the 90s, no one would dare. People were scared to play the Seminoles, right? People didn't want to see Jameis Winston and them boys, right? Jalen Ramsey intimidated. Like, if you want to get back to that, come out in this Notre Dame game. And you know what? Again, I think you can win it. I want you to win it. But you know what? If you go out there and you play 4 quarters of football and we lose by a field goal, hell, if we lose by a touchdown, if we lose by 10 points, but we knew we was in it the whole game fighting and battling, I'll take that. But damn it, if I see what I saw last year where we weren't even competing, I might blow the internet up. I don't know what I'm going to do. The Seminole show with Mark, they really talked up that Notre Dame quarterback. I don't think that guy can throw past 10 yards. Everybody's talking up everybody, right? We'll see. I've watched a little bit of him. There's nothing that worries me. I'm not saying he can't do certain things. I'm not saying he's terrible. There's nothing that worries me. I agree. Wilson or Douglas, who gets more receptions? Wilson or Douglas? Ja'Kai Douglas or Ontario Wilson? Is that who we're talking about? Philly? I think Douglas has more natural. I think he's faster, has a little bit more natural talent than Ontario Wilson, if that's who we're talking about. But Wilson, he is a veteran, kind of knows when and where to be. Solid route runner. I think Wilson may probably finishes the year with more catches. Really think we can ambush Notre Dame. Kane Madden stepped up in competition. Yeah, absolutely. Went from Marshall to Notre Dame. He absolutely did. Cohen ain't extending plays like Ian Book was. At least I hope not. They replacing 4 starters on their O line. Yeah, they are. ACC, Big Ten, Pac-12. Let's Pinky promise to join up one day, maybe. Pretty much what they did. Pretty much what they announced today, right? Absolutely. September 5th will set the tone for the whole season. Schedule's pretty tough. This ain't 1991 schedule. That year they played the number 5, number 19, number 3, and number 10. This one's pretty tough though. I don't know what is Notre Dame ranked to start the season. I gotta believe they're top 10. Then we got North Carolina, who's going to be top 15, I think. Miami's top 10 or 15, right? Clemson obviously is top 2 or top 5 for sure. I think they're top 2 or top 3. And that's not even to say maybe Boston College sneaks in the rankings, right? A lot of things can change throughout the season, though. Wilson, Pookie needs to catch the ball. Thank you. Douglas put in the work last year. He might look different this year. I hope he does. He's got talent. He's got speed. I hope he does, man. 52 people. This is episode 35 of The Hangover. And we're going strong. We've had good energy, good conversation, going strong. Again, in case you missed some of the announcements, I'll reiterate them here since we're an hour and 40 minutes into it, right? So if you missed my announcements, I'm gonna tell you again. September 3rd, right? September 3rd. Yep, I believe. Because Labor Day is the 6th. We play the 5th. September 3rd. 863 Seminole TV. That's the Friday that kicks off college football or kicks off the main college football weekend. I'm live, baby, for 8 hours strong. We're going 8 hours strong. We starting at 3 p.m. Eastern all the way to 11 o'clock that night. And during that time, again, it's not just going to be, y'all ain't going to have to look at me for 8 hours strong. Y'all ain't got to watch my face for 8 hours. Who you are going to see on this podcast with me, or this, won't be a podcast, but whatever, this live stream. Who you're going to see? You're going to see Norvell Central, the GOAT. You're going to see Tay No. You're going to see the Listen Up podcast. You're going to see the Hot Seat with Smoke. You're going to see Freddie Stevenson. And you're going to see Big Game James Coleman. All have agreed to show up and show out. Friday, 8 hours strong. They're most likely going to go, they're going to have their own little time slots. Again, I'm going to work out the details personally. But I wanted to announce it now because I want y'all to get excited for it, because I am. And I'm going to go 8 hours strong to kick off college football, to kick off this Florida State. And we got all Florida State channels coming through. All Florida State, former players, right? Former champions, alumni, all those guys. And again, if you guys want a specific person, someone said they want me to reach out to Brian McFadden. I'm going to give it a shot. He probably won't answer me, but I'm going to give it a shot. If you got a person who does a podcast or a Florida State, somebody that you want to try to get over here, let me know in the comments and we'll see. Brian McFadden, I'm going to give it a shot. And again, somebody, Jeff says Lonnie Pryor. We can give it a shot. Actually, I think he just did something with the Knowles Game Day guys not too long ago. We can give that a shot. Let me know who you guys want, and that's what we're going to try to do. That's what we're kind of trying to do. So that's something to look forward to coming up on that opening day weekend. Tyler says, reach out to Logan. Okay, I can reach out to Logan. How about trying to get Hearn and Jerk, or Herk and Jerk? Who is Herk and Jerk? Who I don't even know who that is. Somebody want to tell me who Herk and Jerk is? And Jen with the $5, man. Thank you for that. Jen gonna get this P-Dub action.
Yeah, get more money. Yeah, get more money. Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely reach out to Logan. I'm familiar with him because of Mark Rogers. I never had a conversation with him, but I am familiar with him. And what up, Seminole Firewater? I just saw that. Just saw you pop in here. So yeah, but who is Herk and Jerk? And again, let me know, man, who you guys want me to. What FSU guy you want me to bring in here? Sorry, Miami fans, that will not be the live stream for you. Granted, again, 8 hours strong. Be a little bit of downtime probably. Again, those guys won't be on me the entire 8 hours. I don't expect them to. I wouldn't ask them to. 8 hours is what I'm doing. But through that 8 hours, those are the names that will likely see. And we just going to kick it, man. Talk about Florida State, our expectations, our predictions, and also whatever other topics come up. You know how I do. We get off topic sometimes and just go. A beef jerky company. He used to be part of an OG podcast called Renegade Report. I've honestly never heard of them. And Tano says it's a beef jerky company. Now, if Herk and Jerk, if they are a beef jerky company, I would love a sponsorship. Sponsored by Herk and, 863 Seminole TV, sponsored by Herk and Jerk. I can get used to it. So, Herk and Jerk, come on. I can get used to that. As long as it's not Jason, I can't stand that dude. I don't think anybody likes Jason. I don't have a problem with Jason. I just want to be clear. So when I'm speaking about you guys. I think we have to kind of understand that people fit an image, right? You got to have a good guy and a bad guy. It's entertaining just as much as you hate him, right? There's a lot of people who watch just to hate him. They watch just to interact with him. I don't know if I don't know if he does it on purpose to troll and be that be that personality or that gimmick where he's a hater or comes off as such. Um, but I kind of think it's planned that way. I would assume it's like Logan comes in there as the pretty optimistic, the optimist, and of course the rival that you got the pessimist. Somebody said Jason to Skip, right? And you can say what you want about Skip. One thing about me, I love Skip Bayless. I and not his takes. It's the fact that the reason I love Skip is because he made sports debate. He made really what this is, what I'm doing, and what other people now do for a living. Right? This is a hobby for me, but he made that stuff mainstream. Skip Bayless made the sports debate, sports talk mainstream. Before you would just watch ESPN, and you would watch Stuart Scott, RIP. You would watch Stuart Scott, and you would just watch clips on the Sports Center. And maybe other little shows, but Skip made this sports conversation debate thing mainstream, and that's it's I like him. I've always liked Skip, so that doesn't mean I agree with everything he says. Hell no, of course I don't. The man says, but he does it. Everybody knows Skip's gimmick. If you take it serious, I think that's kind of on you. Just me though. If Taggart beats the U at FAUTTY, will go on suicide watch. But I don't know. I'm just damn Tay, you got me excited. I thought Herc and Jerk was going. Tay got me all excited. Jason's a jerk. Jason is the equivalent of a horrible Skip Bayless. Jason is Skip Bayless. Damn, Tyler beat me to it. Taggart took an 11-3 team and turned them into 5-4 team. Taggart ain't winning nothing. Chop Chat. Is there a specific name from Chop Chat that I should reach out to, Jen? I see Jason Parker all the time at Marlins games since he does work for the local news in South Florida. He's annoying on Mark Rogers, but in real life, he's a pretty nice guy. And that, again, this kind of goes back to what I was saying, right? That type of stuff doesn't surprise me. The key to YouTube, there's two keys to YouTube, in my opinion. Now, how people go about them are a little different. But the two keys are entertainment and authenticity. And you might say, well, if Jason's just putting on an act, how is he authentic? He's authentic in his act, meaning he knows it's a gimmick, he knows he's performing, and he keeps it that way. He's not doing any, he's not faking the funk, he's authentic in his act, right? So authenticity and entertainment, and I think you can have a successful YouTube. That's just the way I look at it, right? Or just a successful content creator. That's my beliefs on doing this and how I kind of have done my thing this whole time in my short stint on YouTube. I just believe in being myself and that to be somewhat entertaining while doing it, right? I think that's why people flock is the wrong word, but why they're drawn, right? They like, okay, this guy might not agree with everything he says, but I feel that he feels he believes what he's saying, and he's just not saying things for clicks, right? So that's how I feel on that. I don't have a problem with him being pessimistic, but he overdoes it to a point where it gets on my nerves a little bit. I mean, he might be a nice guy off camera. It's kind of like that day I kind of went on that little rant a couple weeks ago where I was like, man, I'm sick of all the negative crap in the comments. Like, I get it. And I'm the same way. I'm all about being a realist. And if sometimes, if you have doubts about this season, I don't blame you one bit. I just felt like there was a real defeated attitude amongst the fans. Like, you can have your concerns, but you can also sound like you quit before you even start, right? So I kind of understand what you're saying, right? It's one thing to be pessimistic. It's one thing to just be constantly downing and downing and downing. So I understand where you're coming from. That's kind of why I went on that rant a couple weeks ago about this defeated mentality that some of these FSU fans were displaying to me, and I was tired of it. I'm not saying be delusional or unrealistic about your expectations, but you ain't got to be on suicide watch either. Always in FSU Garrett games. FIU, I hope, beats Florida. They do open up with Florida, don't they? FAU and Florida do open the season. And entertainment is my thing. There you go. There you go. Like I said, I think entertainment and authentic. Those are the two keys to being a solid content creator, in my opinion. Because what's the old saying? Real recognize real. Well, real also recognizes fake. And you can fake the funk and you can fake the funk for a little bit, but eventually you will get exposed if people just see you as a fraud or whatever the case, right? Eventually your credentials will be checked. You can see it all over YouTube to some big time YouTube guy, Derek Jackson. y'all remember Derek Jackson? And he got checked, and come to find out he wasn't doing none of that stuff. Happens all the time. Fake people get found out all the time. But if you're authentic and you just who you are and yourself, I think you have a recipe for success. And of course, entertaining. People want to be entertained. Don't be bringing that CNN news no more. What CNN news? What you talking about? That CNN news no more. No, I think they kind of just hate you. I don't know if they love you. And it's okay. Maybe it is a love-hate thing. What do you got? You guys hate T2I or do you love T2I? They'll tell you right now in the comments. Or do you just love to hate him? There's a difference between love and hate and love to hate. So I don't know. But man, I think we had a good show tonight. Since we're closing in on the 2-hour mark, chat's got a little quiet, so I feel like it's that time. I was letting you guys kind of dictate the pace of this one. And I feel like it slowed down a little bit, and that's fine. 2 hours on Tuesday, past 9 o'clock on the East Coast, so I absolutely get it. So, with that said, we're going to close it out here tonight. Hit the like button on the way out if you have not hit it on the way in. Matter of fact, let's check these likes. Sir says kick rocks. Told you, man. I don't know. We got the likes up to 46. So for whatever reason, them final few people didn't want to hit the like button, and that's fine. It's all good. I ain't mad. Over or under 10 drop passes. Okay. That's not a question for me. It's a question for the Seminole T2Y. Tyler says, great show. Appreciate you as always, guys. Again, hit the like button on the way out. If you didn't hit it on the way in, by all means. Again, I'm gonna download this on Podbean and Spotify. So if you showed up late and you want to catch it but don't want to watch it, or go to your Podbean, Spotify. I need to get on the Apple podcast. We're gonna do that, but go to Podbean, download Podbean or Spotify. Dang, talk too fast sometimes. And follow the podcast. Listen to it there. Thank you, Rose. Great show. Thank you, guys. As always, it's your boy POLK, a.k.a. a.k.a. the goddamn truth. Stay classy, Seminoles. I can't wait to see you guys. Well, I mean, I'm going to do other shows before then, but I can't wait for that opening weekend. But stay classy, Seminoles. And we got you, baby. Go Noles.